In the UK, family courts are meant to serve as a sanctuary for justice, a place where the welfare of children and families takes precedence. But what happens when the system fails the very people it is supposed to protect? When the courts become a breeding ground for injustice, leaving families torn apart and children caught in the crossfire? We're going to hear some of those stories today, stories of courage, resilience, and the unwavering fight for justice. This is a story about a system that's failing and the people who are rising up to challenge it. Right, so imagine this. You're going through one of the most difficult things imaginable. Your family is falling apart. You're navigating a legal system that feels like a maze and you feel completely alone. It's bleak, isn't it?
Well, across the UK, there are support groups emerging as lifelines for parents battling the family court system. These groups, often formed online and through social media, are creating safe spaces for parents to connect, share their experiences, and offer each other a shoulder to cry on. It's about knowing you're not alone, that someone else gets it.
These groups are more than just emotional support networks, though. They are practical hubs of information. Parents share legal advice, resources, and strategies for navigating the often overwhelming family court system.
Imagine being handed a massive file full of legal jargon, right? It's overwhelming, isn't it? But in these groups, there's often someone who's been there, done that, and can offer guidance on everything from understanding court procedures to finding affordable legal representation.
One parent described it as a lifeline, saying that the group gave her hope when she felt like giving up.
Another said that the practical advice she received from other parents in the group was invaluable in helping her represent herself in court.
These groups are not just about coping, they're about empowering parents to fight back, to understand their rights, and to advocate for themselves and their children. It's about taking back control in a system that often makes you feel powerless, yeah? Listen, the family court system is daunting. The legal jargon, the procedures, the sheer cost of it all can make your head spin, yeah? Because of this, many parents are taking matters into their own hands, arming themselves with knowledge and becoming their own legal advocates. They're poring over law books, attending workshops, and spending countless hours researching case law. They're becoming experts in family law, driven by the need to fight for their children's best interests.
It's a steep learning curve, no doubt. But these parents are motivated by a fierce love for their children and a determination to navigate the system that often feels rigged against them. They're attending webinars, joining online legal forums, and connecting with experienced litigants who can guide them through the process. They learn to file motions, cross-examine witnesses, and present their cases in court. One dad told me, "I never thought I'd be doing this, but I had to learn. I had to fight for my kids."
And these parents are challenging the notion that you need an expensive lawyer to navigate the family court system. They're proving that with dedication and a thirst for knowledge, it's possible to stand up for yourself and your children, even when the odds are stacked against you. It's inspiring, really. When systems fail, silence isn't an option, is it? Parents who have experienced the shortcomings of the family court system firsthand are refusing to be silenced. They're standing up, speaking out, and demanding change.
Rallies outside courthouses, petitions signed by thousands, meetings with policymakers. These parents are making sure their voices are heard. They're sharing heartbreaking stories of children alienated from loving parents, biased judgments, and a system that seems more concerned with ticking boxes than protecting children.
And they're not doing it quietly. They're organizing awareness campaigns, using their experiences to educate the public and policymakers about the urgent need for reform. These parents are a force to be reckoned with. They're not afraid to challenge the status quo, to call out injustices, and to demand better for families and children. Their passion is infectious, their commitment unwavering. They're the ones driving change, pushing for a system that truly prioritizes the well-being of children.
Look, social media gets a bad rap, doesn't it? But for parents battling injustices in the family court system, it's become an essential tool for raising awareness and connecting with others who understand their struggle. Hashtags like #FamilyCourtReform and #ProtectOurChildren have become rallying cries, amplifying their stories and pushing the conversation into the mainstream.
Social media platforms are providing a space for parents to share their personal experiences, often raw and emotional, with a wider audience. They're posting videos, sharing court documents, and engaging in online discussions, creating a digital tapestry of their struggles and their fight for justice. This online activism is proving to be powerful. It's humanizing the issue, putting faces and stories to what might otherwise seem like dry legal matters.
It's also helping to connect parents across the country, creating a virtual support system that transcends geographical boundaries. This digital movement is challenging the secrecy that often shrouds family court proceedings and holding the system accountable in the court of public opinion.
Let's be real, legal battles are expensive, yeah? And for parents already struggling emotionally and often financially, the costs associated with family court cases can be crippling. But here's the thing, they're not letting that stop them.
In a testament to their determination, parents are increasingly turning to crowdfunding platforms to finance their legal battles. Websites like GoFundMe have become lifelines, allowing friends, family, and even strangers to contribute to their legal fees, court costs, and other expenses. Each donation, no matter how small, represents a belief in their fight, a collective effort to support parents in their pursuit of justice.
These crowdfunding campaigns are about more than just money, though. They're about raising awareness, garnering public support, and sending a clear message. Parents should not have to bankrupt themselves to ensure their children's well-being. It's about leveling the playing field, ensuring that everyone has a fighting chance, regardless of their financial situation.
For years, the family court system has operated in the shadows, shrouded in secrecy. But parents are changing that. They're reaching out to journalists, bloggers, and independent media outlets, determined to shine a light on the injustices they've experienced.
They're sharing their stories, providing evidence of bias, and exposing systemic flaws that have devastating consequences for families. It's not always easy. Speaking out can come with personal risks, potential legal ramifications, and the emotional toll of reliving painful experiences.
But these parents are courageous, driven by a desire to protect others from enduring the same pain. They're challenging the narrative, pushing back against the secrecy that has allowed injustices to fester for far too long. They're ensuring that family court reform is not just a conversation happening behind closed doors, it's a national dialogue demanding attention and action.
Look, the stories we've heard are just a glimpse into the struggles faced by countless families across the UK. But they highlight a much larger issue, a family court system in dire need of reform. Families deserve a court system that prioritizes justice, fairness, and the best interests of children. If we don't address these flaws, we risk failing the very people the system is meant to protect. Families deserve a court system that prioritizes justice, fairness, and the best interests of children. If we don't address these flaws, we risk failing the very people the system is meant to protect. If you or someone you know has experienced injustice in the family courts, speak up. Together, we can advocate for change.